So I am 100% sure that you have heard the situation surrounding Burning Lands by now. About 24 to 48 hours ago, Burning Lands got into some huge drama. Now everybody was hyped about Burning Lands, especially because it seems legit, it had a nice Kickstarter which has nice promises, and not just that, it's a Vietnam War shooter that everybody would like, other than, Rising Storm Vietnam 2, which is an old-ish game. And then, out of nowhere, the developers just chose to leave the studio. Now there's basically just 4 reasons why that happened. It's on screen right now. Chance lacked leadership ability. Oh, and Chance is the lead developer of the game. No direction or prioritization of resources to actual important tasks. Chance lacked public behavior. He was publicizing a lot of sexual content from his own personal life for some reason. And then, the base of all, the lack of transparency of funds. Nobody but Chance knew where the money for the game has gone. And then the base of all is he thought he wouldn't address the developers' demands and launch the Kickstarter anyway to get as much money as he could. Which means he tried to scam someone, most likely. So you don't even have to worry about the scam anymore because most people went and they pulled their money out of the Kickstarter, which means the game isn't getting backed anymore. There's only 44,938 pledged of the 49,598 goal, but still, go in, grab your money and get out, because what do you have Chance? You don't want to lose that money now, do you? Oh, no, it's not over yet. Chance also released a statement a little bit ago, so let's go over that and then we see what happened. I will not stand idly by, and I find it ridiculous to have to counter this misinformation and address attempts to detail the company and project funding, which at the time of this message, the 12th of the 11th month 2023, 9 PM, has resulted in a 35% loss of potential funds. So your only fucking thing here is about the money that you have lost from the Kickstarter. Were we ready for a Kickstarter? Yes, he says. Who makes decisions? I do, he says, as the company owner and the project lead. The lead programmer locked off builds to move to Unreal Engine 5.3, signaling readiness, therefore progressing to the Kickstarter. I gave the team 12 hours notice that it was happening today, of which they knew over the coming day it would be happening. It just depended on having the trailer sorted, and 5 hours before Kickstarter at 6:18 PM on the 27th, demands were made. The demands are as follows: step down as the director, and he says, I am the company owner and project lead. Then the other demand is step down as project lead. Next up, bring on a board of directors. Next up, take up a standard level design role. Next up, and ensure financial transparency in progress, pending an Australian business Combis account. It really just sounds like the team is in the green here. I mean, the team really wants a good leader, a leader that can lead them to a project's future, and not just that, they want a leader to be transparent with them, which is 100% right. It's their right to have their boss talk about them and about the upcoming things that is happening and the moves that he is making, because you guys are supposed to move as a team. That's how things work. Chance, you can stay the company owner, just step down from the management role, the project lead. They don't need you as their leader. You can hire someone to be your leader, the leader of the company. Let them just be led in the right direction, because you're going off track. And then 2 hours later I responded to the demands, but they were ignored. Why did I still go live? We were ready, and I trusted we could address these issues before the campaign's end. Chance, stop lying to yourself. You're money hungry. You're not doing this out of passion, just like you said up here in the beginning of it. Has resulted in a 35% loss of potential funds. It doesn't even seem that you care about the team. It's more that you care about the finances that you have potentially lost. And then he goes on to say, on the 28th, a scheduled call at 11 AM the following day, and it was ignored, and the same happened on the 29th for a call on the 30th. On the 30th, I gave them a deadline for scheduling a call by a certain date. A call was scheduled for the 1st, lasting 2.5 hours. Now he says that various topics were discussed, and at the end I asked questions. I asked if there was a request for financially driven or just to have a voice in the direction of the company, which was answered, saying that there was no financial interest. I wanted details about the board of directors. I wanted to know who, how many, and who would cover such a cost about the board of directors, but they claimed to not know, and that they needed another decision on this critical matter, which seemed disorganized to me and has still not happened. Chance, if you can stand here and stay with the straight face that they seem disorganized when you have an angry dev team that's working under your control, and tell me that they're disorganized when you couldn't even tell them where the company's money and the company's funds are going, since they want to know as well, since they want to know that you aren't stealing shit. That's fucked up, man. That's legit fucked up. And he says that he finds it concerning that demands about the board structure surfaced just hours before our campaign, with members having had up to 3 years for such involvement. Yeah, no, 100%, you are right. It's very concerning that you haven't been a good boss for 3 years. I can't believe that you're blaming 21 employees for you being unprofessional. What's that, man? What's that? On the 2nd November, I posted up saying that we are having continued discussions, and they are to show a strong sign of faith in the project itself by actively involving yourself during the Kickstarter period to ensure it does not hinder the company's funding opportunities. I said you can maintain your stance of not working directly on the project, but must uphold a visible public presence and engage with the community, which all members have failed to do. I was ignored for 10 days until the 12th, when a defamatory statement was released publicly instead of continuing such discussions internally. So your employees doesn't have to work, they just need to work. It's like saying that bank employees aren't allowed to work with the money, but they should work with the customers. I left the door open for discussions, but many attempts to reach out to some individuals were ignored. I gave them 10 days and they went public without addressing the issues. Please note, contractors going on strike are just refusing to work. They aren't employees and thus do not have the right to strike. Contractors failing to deliver things by deadlines are not acceptable to any business. But I was very flexible and gave extended deadlines on many occasions that weren't met. Despite the storm they created, I'm still willing to have decisions because I value their contributions over the 3 years. However, their negative and public actions have hindered the development. They claim a desire for involvement but haven't communicated in the past 10 days, leaving me questioning their seriousness. The statement that was released by the contractors working on Burning Lands was very disappointing in one sense. They want to be part of the project and another, they don't. They have been given an opportunity to be part of this project, and if they aren't able to work under certain conditions or even continue having conversations about such changes, then perhaps this project isn't for them. If these individuals aren't the right ones to accompany me on this journey, I will find them. Despite these issues, we're working together and can continue to do so, but there are unresolved issues that need to be discussed and resolved. The project will progress with or without Kickstarter funds. The game isn't dead. I don't know, man, the game seems kind of dead, especially with all of that money being pulled out of the Kickstarter, and especially after calling your employees just contractors, especially after like everything that I've done so far, because you basically just told them that you will not be transparent with your own, your own workforce, since they aren't employees of yours. You're not going to be transparent, you're not going to work with them, but you expect them to work with you, so I don't know. I don't know who it was, but I saw someone say, when it's 19 people against 1, it's actually pretty easy to guess who's wrong here. What are we supposed to believe? That 1, the project lead is an unprofessional and insane douchebag, or 2, there's a cable against them by the entire dev team and they just gave up their entire paycheck for, basic reasons? Well, it's an easy choice. The good dude's a douchebag, like all of the rest when it comes to money, man. Money changes people. This is like one of the best reasons I can get for dev teams to not have things such as money, because of the amount of scams that is out there. Keep your money safe, boys. Keep your money safe. Don't let it happen again. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one, as always. Oh, and remember to like and subscribe if you made it this far.